Sisters chatting with each other, getting to know one another, talking about issues that we're all facing, good, bad, indifferent. Let's talk about it from one sister to another. Let's talk about it.
Hey, hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, my sister friend?
I'm good. Can't believe we're in December already.
Girl,
Where did the year go?
where did the year go? That is so true. But we here.
We are.
Thank
Thank
God,
God.
right?
Thank God. Thank God.
Some people didn't make it. So we are
Hello.
grateful for that. We
We
got
are
to live
definitely.
every day like it's our last.
Amen.
And every day I just say, God, thank you, because it could have went another way.
It
Girl.
sure could have. It
Mm,
most definitely could have.
right, right. So happy to see you and all of our. I see people still coming in. This is awesome. So thank you to all of our viewers on tonight. Thank you for tuning in, joining us on the conversation. Tonight is a special night. So if you're here on time, number one, right?
Yeah,
And you
hello.
and you're gonna follow the instructions tonight, right?
Let's see who's really paying attention.
Right. See who really right, Wanda. See who's really paying attention for real. But we want you to definitely continue to listen and share. Go ahead and share it now. Like, comment, all those things. We want to make sure everybody is tuned in on tonight. This is a great conversation tonight, and we look forward to talking with you. We also want to invite you, if you have not done so already, to go to our YouTube page. That's Sister Friend. Let's talk about it. And you can go ahead and subscribe, smash that button and subscribe to our page. You get to see all the awesome videos and podcasts that we post. And then there'll be some other things coming soon. So you don't want to miss out. And then if you're not following us already on Facebook, what?
Shame.
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 Follow us. And for those of you who like Twitch, that's okay. You go right there too. I'm just saying. Platform for everybody.
Right.
So what do we have today? We have what's our current event for today, my sister friend?
Well, actually, it's kind of a little FYI and a warning. I was reading an article not too long ago. Some friends of mine had let me know about it. That McCormick, as well as
Mhm.
some Walmart brands and um, one on Amazon, something about Hello Belly or something Belly. Their
Okay.
spices have been they didn't make regulations. They had some leads in them. They had lead, arsenic, and some cadmium that was in the spices. So
Mhm.
we want you to be careful, especially with all this holiday cooking and everybody's making pies and whatever
Right.
else. Because for McCormick, it was the ground basil, the ground ginger, the ground
Mm-hmm.
oregano, paprika. Man, I can't
Right.
talk. Ground thyme and ground turmeric. At Walmart, I know it was their ground cumin. So just be
Mhm.
careful. Make sure you check in labels and that you're looking on the websites to see what has recalls, because a lot of things have been recalled. So we just want you to be careful while you're out there and you're getting your spices, and be mindful of what you're eating, especially around these holidays.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. That's good stuff, Wanda. I'm glad you brought that up because, like you said, people are cooking, families are gathering, so we want to make sure that we keep ourselves and our families safe.
Right.
So again, just as a reminder for those that are just joining us, we want to remind you tonight we have a prize that we're going to be giving out at the end of the show. So we want to make sure that one, you're on time, and then also you follow the instructions throughout the night. So we want you to please do post your comments and questions pertaining to the conversation in the chat. That will help. That might just help you win as well. Just saying. So go ahead and
Right.
do that too. But we also want you to let us know any topics you may want to suggest for 2024. As Wanda said already, it's December, okay? So let's go. Let's do this.
The year is almost over.
Yeah, yeah. So go ahead and tell us where you're tuning in from. You might be tuning in from New Jersey. You might be tuning in from North Carolina. You might be tuning in from West Virginia, California, wherever you, hey, you might be tuning in from Dubai, from Haiti. Come on.
From
Wherever you're
Africa,
tuning in
wherever you tuning in from, let us know.
let us know. We want to know where you're tuning in from. Put it right there in that chat. Thank you so much. So we're doing our Firestarter questions tonight. Yes. And I love it. I love it when we have
Are
fire.
y'all ready?
Right, right. And a lot of times people may ask us questions. We may have, whether it's coming via email or on posts, or whether we have individual conversations with people, outside of Sister Friend. So we
Right.
put them all here and kind of say, hey, let's have that conversation about it. So go ahead and share right now if you haven't done so other people can be a part of the conversation. And let's see what these questions are. How about it? We ready?
We ready.
All right. So one of the things, let me just first of all, you got to give some background, right? First with this question.
Right.
So a lot of times, whether it's with a friend and it's not always someone from the church. Sometimes people automatically think it's church people that
Right.
ask
Right.
the questions, right?
We
But
do have friends outside of church.
right, hopefully they get on in the church, right? The question came up about women in general and why. Well, this is how they felt. Why is it that women seem to always put their bodies out there more so than men, or why does media do it too? Because there was a certain situation where we were looking at a show and this person had said, well, see, here they go again. I'm like, what? The women, look, now she has barely nothing on, but all the men, their outfits, their uniforms are not like that. And it brought up a conversation. And one thing I have learned is that just because someone is passionate about something doesn't mean they're right. And also the flip side doesn't mean they're wrong either.
Yes, right. Right.
So what do we feel about that? Let's talk about that a little bit. Is that confidence or is that exploitation?
And in some cases, unfortunately, it's a combination of the two. Especially, I think about Lizzo, who is doing, her whole campaign is about, stopping body shaming,
Right.
which I'm all for, because
Yeah.
especially as the pounds pack on over here, right?
Yeah, right.
But at the same time, I carry myself a certain way. I dress a certain way because I don't want all of that out there. And trust me, it's a lot to be out there, but I don't want all of that out there, right? And that's just me.
Right.
But I'm confident in the skin that I'm in, but I also I believe in looking a certain way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just because if somebody's heavy doesn't mean they're not beautiful, doesn't mean they don't know how to dress, doesn't mean any of that. But at the same time, as we often say, just because it comes in your size don't mean you need to wear it.
Right. Right.
Right. There's some limitations we all have. Well, and that's on both sides of the spectrum. If you're too thin for that, it don't look right on you. And if you're too big, it's not gonna look right on you. We've gotten away from granted, we're all about not body shaming, but we've also gotten away from looking what we would consider decent, right? Everybody don't need to see all that. Everybody just don't. If your leggings now look like stockings, that's the size two sizes too small. What some people consider cute and sexy, others of us don't. So we got to find some kind of medium in
your balance, and that's why I feel like it needs to be a balance.
Absolutely.
And I go back to I don't think I shared this story here on this platform, but I go back to how we raised our children, and we have a daughter, and that's something my husband was always big on, having balance. Like if you want to have shorts on, then no halter. Like it doesn't have to all be out. And then two, he designs and creates, and he would like sew lace on her shorts, and she loved it because it was pretty. I mean,
right.
for parents, your children don't have to look like like they lived back in the 1920s. Okay, not 1920s, by the way,
I
but
had a visual with that one.
right. Like college, it doesn't have to be that way, but at the same time, teaching them how to be elegant, teaching them how to be gentlemen and ladies, and
Respectful
respectful.
of themselves and others.
Right, right. Because it all, and see, I think that's all a part of the makeup of not just you, but how you were brought up, how you were raised, your family. So if you've come from a family who the women, all they did was, put their breast out, so to speak, or wore the hot pants all the time, because a lot of times you do what you know, and
Right.
that's all you saw throughout your childhood or whatever, then that's what you're going to do. And I know this is probably a little off topic from what the question was in terms of what that person was asking me, but it ran into this kind of conversation in
Right.
terms
Right.
of what we do, not just on television, but what we do in our personal homes and whatever. So we would definitely and audience, chime in. We want to hear from you. What do you think about this conversation about women in particular? Because that's what it's about. Our sister friends, right? Because again, it's not about body shaming and make people feel
Right.
bad, but it's also about respecting ourselves. And is that respecting ourselves when we show everything to the world? Because we live in the world, whether we like it or not, we live in a world where people do judge, and people also, what's the word I'm looking for, Wanda? Where you have people who are, for lack of a better term, I don't want to use this word, but let me do it this way, that they have a perversion issue.
Yes. Yes. Right. That's a perfect word. That's
And
exactly what it is.
I don't want to say something else, but
But you know what? But then you go to the argument that who's responsible for that?
right,
Is it the woman's responsibility because of others to
yeah,
dress a certain way, or is it for others to conduct themselves and keep
right,
their issues
right,
under control, right? So
right,
so where is that balance as well? And we're
yeah,
not saying we're choosing either side, because everybody's responsible for themselves. Let's start
mm-hmm,
there. The man is responsible for himself,
yeah,
the woman, and look, the perversion goes on both sides. Because
right,
I mean, even though we're talking about women, you think about men who go to the gym all the time, who are bodybuilders, who have, they're built right, and they wear the tight t-shirts, right? Then some other man comes along and says, yeah, he lacking somewhere else. That's why he. That is not why everybody's at the gym,
right,
right? But
right,
because we are such a judgmental society,
yeah,
that's the perception that people think. How
the
about he just
perception,
want to be fit,
yeah,
right?
right,
So yeah, because and I'm with that, because when you look at those music, and it's mainly the music videos, the
mm-hmm,
women, it's usually a leotard or booty shorts, and the man is fully dressed. Right,
yeah,
he got some boots, some jeans, he got a jacket on, the whole night, and she barely got anything on.
right, right,
That's one of the things I used to like about Missy Elliott. Because she didn't dress that way. Missy had
yeah,
what, the whole sweatsuit, her and Queen Latifah, they was not coming out of anything.
right,
Right. So,
yeah.
it's
Again, how
and
you
we
were brought
understand we
up,
live in a different time, day and
yeah,
time. Where, but at some point, yeah, like I can't sit by my 85-year-old aunt, and my granddaughter barely got clothes on. That's disrespectful to my aunt. It's disrespectful to me, but it's
yeah,
even more so disrespectful to my aunt.
yeah,
Right. So you got to take those things into consideration. It's
yeah,
common courtesy. We've lost that.
yeah,
We've
that's
definitely
true.
lost that.
So yeah, so is that some people say, well, I'm just confident in who I am, but you could be confident in who you are without showing your nipples, because that's I've seen that too, where now it's all sheer.
Mm-hmm.
I was going somewhere to see someone, and there was a house party going on, and this young lady literally came out of the house. This in broad daylight now, not a night party. What they did was they have these party houses, and
Oh.
so they have these overnight. And so in the morning, you leave in the morning.
Oh, okay.
So she literally comes out. This had to be wait a minute, this had to be about 1 o'clock now, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, because it was at the church.
Okay.
And so she came out in a fishnet full fishnet. She had like the G-string, well, you know what I'm trying to say, on. It
Mm-hmm.
got certain parts, but
Mm-hmm.
else,
The G string. Mm-hmm.
everything else was out. And I really, be honest, I really wanted to, reach out and say, so I did, but I knew it wasn't a time. We have to be careful too. Sometimes we just want to say
Right.
something.
Right. Right.
Say something all the time. Sometimes it's for you to pray. Then sometimes it is for you to say something, but it's all in the way you approach it. Because I really just want to say, sister girl, sister friend, you know. But wisdom, we gotta use wisdom.
Exactly. Yeah, because I know for me sometimes if that had been me, my first thought wouldn't have been so nice. You like, girl, what are you doing? Right. But at the same token, like you said, if
Yeah,
you got to know you, so
right.
that wouldn't have been for me to approach at all.
Yeah.
I would have definitely had to look at you and go,
Right.
you go
I have
handle
to go
it.
and do some sharing. It's been a sharing moment. Let me tell you about me for a second. Let me tell you what I've been through. Let me tell you what's going on here. But yeah, yeah,
And unfortunately, that's another issue that this generation or this day and age you have to deal with when it comes to this. Is it exploitation or
yeah,
confidence? Is that have you noticed the styles? Like me, I love long skirts, but I
right.
can hardly find them anywhere. It's like they don't even make them anymore, right?
Yeah,
Matter of fact, our skirt, I love an A-line skirt because it hides a whole lot. But
right.
now everything is that lycra and all that
Yeah,
spandex stuff. So everything clings. I don't need everybody to see that. I just
yeah,
don't.
yeah. Yeah, and everybody's different. I see Bridget, I like what Bridget said. My mom always said,
Right.
mind your own, let others mind theirs, but in her home, her rules.
That's
Right.
right.
Yeah.
My house, my rules.
Right. That's
Absolutely.
right. And that's the thing, I think a lot of times we do that to a fault, though. We kind of like, and when I say we, not so much in the Black community, though, if I can say that, because we always believed in that rule of the village. But
Right.
today, that has went out the window. You can't even say anything to somebody else's child, no matter what age they are, without them
And no
getting
matter how you
upset.
might be trying to help, people
Right.
just,
Yeah.
no, those are fighting words. That's my child. What you doing?
Right. Right.
Okay. You
So
know.
I know that I'm hearing some little feedback. Make sure I have all my volumes down. But I know that it's important that we do keep an eye out for our village,
We
for
have
our
to.
children,
We have to.
and just be prayerful how we approach them, because we don't want to break them. We're not trying to break their spirit or make them
Exactly.
walk away from God, even for those that are in the church. Because we could
And
talk
you
about
want
that
them to
too.
have that freedom,
Right,
just respectfully.
right. Yeah, because guess what? The things that I wore at 18, or 21, or my 20s, I wouldn't wear now, in my 50s. Like, so I think we have to be mindful of that too, that the young people, let them be young, but like you said,
Exactly.
respectfully be young, and
Right.
but also teaching them that balance. Because I heard someone say years ago, and I pray that people are not still saying this, but they probably are. That's why. Then they wonder why people want to why men all over, why men disrespect them.
You know what?
Again, like you
Please
said,
don't go there. I'm trying to keep
right,
us
right.
together.
That's about their
That
self-respect.
you might as well say it's the rape victim's fault that she was raped. That is not how that
That's
works
not how that works.
at
And we have to
all.
be very careful of that and not make those kind of statements or feel or even deal in our own hearts, because as I've always said too, we're the ones, especially when you're Christians, we're the ones say we have the greater one on the inside. So that greater one is not controlling you. So what
Hello.
you doing?
He talks
Deacons.
about bridling your tongue. Yeah. Yeah. But you
Yeah.
got to remember, I mean, look, like you said,
Hmm.
when we were younger, first of all, we could wear that type of stuff because we had the body to go with it.
Yeah.
Please, I need y'all to come lay hands on me. I try to wear that stuff now.
Right.
Right. So,
Right.
you have to let them and some of it is, until they mature and get to a certain point in their lives, let them be who they are. Stop.
Yeah.
If we would stop trying to change everybody and let God do his job,
Right. How about that?
you know.
How about that? Yeah. So, yeah, I guess yeah, okay, I see another comment before we go on to the next question.
Hmm.
Because says sometimes folks are not receptive and they're defensive. And
Extremely.
yeah, that's so true. That's so true. So God, that's why we have to be prayerful.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So what's our next question, Wanda? You have our next question?
Holiday spending, is it cash flow or cash low?
Girl, let's talk about that. Cash flow or cash flow? First of all, do we have the budget to spend? That's always my first
First,
question.
no, before you even go, do we have the budget? How about we start budgeting? Then we can know what we have to spend
Right.
instead of just spending frivolously
If you want to spend, you got a budget for it. Right.
you know who you got to buy. And look, you don't have to buy a gift for everybody. You
Mm-mm.
really don't.
Mm-mm.
It ain't about the gift
Right.
giving to start with. Let's
It's
start there.
not. Give yourself to Christ. How about that? You be the gift.
There you go.
Right. And let Christ be a gift to you. Receive him.
That's the perfect gift right there.
Perfect gift. But it's so funny because I heard somebody say for Christmas, they decided their gift going to be everybody come over and have some appetizers. I said, hey.
And really, what's wrong with if you think about it? Remember back in the day when families couldn't afford to buy gifts, especially if they were giving other they would cook, right? They would bake cakes, they would give out cakes as gifts, stuff like that. What happened to that,
Yeah.
having that heartfelt giving where it wasn't about how much you spent on somebody, but the love that you gave.
Right. And people expect you to give them a gift. And it's like almost like, where's my gift? You can give them like, seriously?
Or that's all.
Right.
Especially this younger generation, the YI gen, whoever they are, them little peoples, right? they have this ingratitude thing. Ooh,
Yeah.
is ridiculous. I mean, we were grateful just to get something
Right.
because we understood. Our parents worked hard for everything that they got, and they had to. How many ever of us there was? Like there was 5 in my family, it's 4 in yours. We understood that you couldn't always get everything on the list where these kids expected, and then some.
Right.
So
Yeah, and then
my children.
Right. Yeah.
You buying them designer everything, and you wonder why they always wanting stuff.
Right. Entitlement. Yeah.
You remember going to the Acme store to get those sneakers? We call them Bobos.
Right. Yeah. I didn't have designer sneakers growing up. I don't know
Not until I was old enough to buy my own.
Right. And my children bought their own designer sneakers. It was like, okay, this is the sneakers you get. They're going to last you.
Right.
If you want the name brand, I'm not going to start mentioning nobody's names because they ain't paying us for advertising. If y'all want to pay us for advertising, we'll be more than happy to mention you all night long.
And Bridget's talking about how everybody wants a tip. And it's crazy because even when you order stuff online and have it delivered nowadays they have, if you want to put a tip, you put it right in the app, right? They still get to your door and want a tip.
Right. What's that about?
Time out.
Uh-oh.
Right.
Oh my God, I love it. We had
Jeepers.
What was that
Jeepers Creepers. Where'd you get the sneakers? Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. And so we need to look at do we have the cash flow? Like you said,
just start with a simple budget. You know how much you can afford to spend. First of all, make sure all your bills are paid first. Let's not dip into the light bill or the gas bill and none of that, the mortgage, the rent, whatever.
Yeah, because you can't get somebody again. That's a problem.
And then you maxing out all your credit cards this time of year.
And that's not that. No, come on. Don't get me started on that right there.
I know we could do a whole show on just that.
Just that. Yeah.
So we've got, but it goes back to what you were saying, especially about even the way our young people dress. If we don't teach them how to budget their money, if we don't enforce how the savings, that you need to start saving now.
Yeah.
And not touch the savings. You know.
That's true. That's a good one. We have to teach them. And that's a whole lot of things. We need a whole list of teachings for youth.
Right.
Because if we have these high expectations, we don't teach them. We don't, take time. And that's one thing. And I'm glad, I know we do this, but as a whole, families have to start at home. A lot of times we want to complain about what the church is not doing or what the school
Right.
is not doing. But what are we doing in our homes? It starts. They were born to us first.
Right.
You weren't
Right.
born in the church, as with people off the house. Born in church? No, you weren't. I understand what you're saying, though. But you were born to your parents, and it's the parents' responsibility, I believe, to do the first teaching.
Absolutely. And that's it, the first teaching. But we,
Right.
as the body of Christ, we have to prepare. We can't just prepare them spiritually. We have to prepare them
Oh, yeah.
naturally as well for what they're going to deal with
The
in
whole
life.
person. The whole person.
As Kaiser said, don't spend it before you have it. That's great advice
Oh my
right there.
God. Yes. Yes.
That is absolute great advice. If
Right.
you don't have it, don't spend it.
That's right. Wow.
It's really that simple.
It really is. And just going back a minute to we keep going back to that confidence or exploitation. I thought about the exploitation in terms of media and even sometimes jobs, career
Mm-hmm.
moves that we make.
Mm-hmm.
I think what when I used to model, I'm not going to mention because if I mention, everybody going to know. Right. But it was exploitation. I could tell you a whole lot that went on in those back rooms, but we're not going to. That's
Mm-hmm.
not a topic tonight. But I'm telling you, it's exploitation, and that's why I would say modeling career is not for everybody.
It
One, you
most
got to
certainly
definitely have
isn't.
tough skin. You got to have some integrity and some tough skin to be a model, because they are going to try you, test you, and
And you got
see.
to be able to take an insult, let it roll off your back.
Right, right, and are you going to let them exploit you? Being
Look,
confident in yourself.
we live in this politically correct society, but there's
Yeah,
a whole lot of industries that still do not care.
right. Do not
They
care.
don't care
Do
about
not
your
care.
feelings. They don't care about
Right.
any of that.
They don't care what the laws are, what nothing. They say you want to make money, you want to be in this industry, you're going to do it
Mm-hmm.
my way. But you have
Mm-hmm.
to take a stance for what's right, and what are you going to stand for? Like your own integrity, your own self, real confidence. Because real confidence is not about showing everything you got. Real confidence is not showing don't show your hand. As they said, you don't show your hand.
Exactly.
You know, you do the work so they can know, oh, this woman got integrity. She loves herself. She's confident in who she is.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do backroom deals or lower her standards. So we have to think about that too. Yeah. Yeah, cash flow or low. Yeah, going back to that, right? Cash flow or cash low. So we want to have cash flow. We're going to actually be doing I know that's one of our topics for next year, dealing with finances and all that. We're going
Mm-hmm.
to actually deal with that because it's 2024, y'all. Come on. And some of us have gotten to a place in our life where we feel like we hit a wall. And it doesn't have to be that way. So we want to be able to show you how to get your cash right,
Amen.
all the way around.
All the way around.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely, yeah. So let's go to our next question. Our last fire starter question for the night. This is good. This is
Who
good.
cooking?
Oh, right, right.
Who's cooking your holiday dinner?
Hello. Now this, look, I want to know. I want to know. Oh my gosh, it's so many. I see so many like with TikToks, reels, whatever you want to call it, going on about holiday dinner, what people doing, trying to make this and trying to make that. Listen, I need y'all first of all, those who don't know how to cook, I
Please
need you to
take a
stop.
class.
Right. Take a class, stop. Get somebody else to cook. Don't bring food to nobody else's house. Just don't do it. Okay. Ask them. Matter of fact, you come early so you could be in the kitchen with the person who do know how to cook and learn. Let's do that.
You bring the chips and dip or the appetizers that
And
you
only
bought.
if you're not cook right.
That you bought.
There you go, sis. There you go.
But that's also an interesting topic because, especially with these younger generations,
Right.
I don't even know where to start. A lot of them have no clue of what to do in the kitchen,
No clue.
and then when they try, they would still rather what is it, Grubhub,
Yeah.
somebody's delivery, and you know, because if you notice, all the food places now, they make a whole Thanksgiving dinner for you now.
Right. Right.
Remember, it used to be you went there to eat, but now they do the takeout with the whole
Mm-hmm.
fixing because
It says,
people
it
don't.
says
Thank you,
DoorDash.
Bridget.
Right.
DoorDash. People don't know how to cook.
Look, Constance said, if you don't know how to cook, bring the soda and a bottle of water. I know
That's
that.
it. That's
That's it.
it.
That's all.
Bring the ice cream for dessert.
Bring the ice.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised how many of these young people don't know the basics.
Right. Right.
Do not know the basics. I thank God for my granddaughters, because every time I'm in the kitchen, they want to help.
They
So,
want
I
to
try to
they
include
do.
them, even though sometimes they'll be like, y'all get out the way. Just let me
Right.
do it. But
Right.
at the same time, I thank God that they even want to learn, because most of that generation,
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not even just them, it's the generations before them. I mean, it's like, does anybody know how to cook? Then, you go to holiday dinner, certain people, if you like my son, he want to know who made what.
Girl, me too. You know
Everybody,
I'm good. You know what I
everybody
mean?
can't make the potato salad.
Right. Don't do it. Don't do it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I remember Mother Foy. She was the potato salad maker for the church. And people would come, they'd be like, yep, I'm telling it, y'all. I'm telling it. It's okay. Because everybody know. The motherfucker made that potato salad. Don't say no. Pass. And that's because of the reputation. Her reputation is that a person who makes potato. And that's what it is. Like,
Good potato salad. Let's get
good
that right.
potato
Good
salad.
potato
Good
salad.
potato salad. Like my potato salad a certain way. Don't be giving me no store-bought potato salad.
Yeah, because you can't doctor that up, but so much. You just can't. It don't work. I
You
tried a
have to
couple
make a
times.
whole
It
new
don't
batch.
work. It really don't. Just start from scratch. Candy put a big old amen.
Amen. I know that's look, she know.
Uh-huh.
Look, it's like don't even try it. I know that and also when you talk about holiday dinner, some like you were saying earlier, you can order out nowadays. You could definitely do that. But you gotta be careful where you're ordering from because some of those like don't do it. And then those who have children, this was something my husband and I we did early in our marriage because we find that a lot of couples and we counsel couples, today, telling them the same thing because they'll find themselves pulled during holiday season and trying to cook something or trying to take it to both sides of the families. Where do we go? And we was like, listen, you're the one with the children. First of all, you have children.
Start your own tradition.
Right. And even if you feel like you want to see everybody, invite them all to your house if you want to. But that's an option. That way you'll be able to stay home and everybody come to you and have
Yeah,
them,
right.
those you want to bring something, have them bring a dish over, those that can cook. And those who can't, they bring the water and the ice and the soda, okay? And the chips and the dip, okay? And that's it. That's all. But all that running around, like, trying to
Driving yourself crazy,
yeah,
spending gas money,
right.
dragging your kids around. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Start your own. Start your own.
Yeah.
Your family will get over it. Trust me.
They will. And they may be open to their ideas. Now they get a chance to come over and play with their grandchildren for the parents of your parents and the aunts and uncles and all that. So you just never know. But you have to do what's right for your family during the holiday season, especially. But in general too. Yeah.
Yes.
So know
Especially
who's
if you have young kids.
right. So know who's cooking, y'all. Know who's cooking. And know what they're bringing. And then, too, another thing during the holidays, if you don't eat pork, if you have an allergy to something, you have to make sure that you let people know. The people automatically assume that because they may have an allergy, and automatically some people know that. We don't know that.
Right, right.
Now, because of what I do when I have things, I usually ask. But
right.
It's really not on me, really. It's on the person. to let
But
people
as
know.
the hostess, that's how we were brought up, that you can be
Right.
considerate of other people. Like one of my nieces can't eat onions. So I know when I make potato salad,
Right.
I put some aside for her that has no onions in it. I know
Right.
if Secondo or one of my friends come over, she's a pescatarian. So she don't get the meat dishes. She gets
Right.
fish.
Right.
I don't cook the vegetables with meat for her.
Right.
So stuff like that. But at the same time,
Yeah.
if it's that much of an inconvenience for you, you can ask them to bring a dish.
Right. Right. And I'm glad you brought that up too, Wanda, because one of the things that I'm big on too, if you invited somebody to your home or whatever, to your event that is a pescatarian, vegan, vegetarian, whatever, or allergic to something, then you make sure those accommodations are there for them. You invited them. Like, really?
They're celiac and they're allergic to wheat products. Don't keep the bread on the other side. Come on. It's simple things you can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, I'm really big on that. I even with my events and stuff, I get really frustrated with the chefs. I mean, I have like went to the back of the house and like, okay, listen, this is what we're gonna do and what we're not gonna do, because come on. This is a big establishment here. You're making like millions, billions of dollars. I need you to have this together.
Right. It's not going. It doesn't cost anything
Right.
to put something aside so that you don't put those ingredients in it that they're allergic to.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
It might take a little more time, but it's not that hard.
And if you have a private chef coming to do your dinner or something like that, make sure they know as well. And the dinner
Wait,
still come and say,
who got the private chef? I'm coming to dinner.
That's right. That's right. Come on. All y'all have that private chef. Invite us.
Hello.
Because they should come with a entree for them, not just a plate of vegetables. Like, oh, you're a vegan, you're vegetarian, here's some vegetables. No, give me a entree as well as you give everybody else.
Like Bridget said, it's just thoughtful.
It's thoughtful. Perfect,
it's
Bridget.
kindness.
That's perfect.
Part of showing how much you love someone.
Right. Right. Wow. So this was a good conversation. I'm glad these questions came up.
Right.
Help my own self. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in on tonight. And we didn't forget.
Right. And I just want to make one announcement, since
Mhm.
she's been chiming in and coming on when we're on first Mondays. Songbird C, which is Candace Anderson, she has a podcast or a Facebook Live herself every Monday.
Every Monday.
At 7:30. Sometimes she comes on early at 7, especially if she's traveling. But every Monday now I can't even remember the name of it. Hot Topics.
Hot Topics.
Thank you. Woo-hoo. So, and her topics are good.
Yeah.
You get to see the little Bishop Floyd come out of her.
Oh yes, right.
But they're good topics. So if you can find her on Facebook as well, join in every Monday. She's every Monday at 7:30.
Yeah.
We're just first Monday, but she's there every Monday at 1:30. So and she's also the one that sings our intro song. So
that's right. That's right. That's right. When we first started off, we gave all credit, and we always keep our credit going at the end of the show.
Right,
so
right.
Definitely we support those that show us support, and we appreciate it and love all of you who support us. Thank you so very much. So we do have a gift that we need to give out on tonight. This is what we're going to do. So do we want to do it live, or do we need to go off and then post? You will post it?
We can post it, because I think we need to see who answered the questions.
Yeah, we got who followed the instructions. We're going to see. So we're going to do that. So we're going to go off in a little bit, and then we're going to post tonight, so you'll know who the winner is.
And if you're the winner, we need you to message us.
Right.
Don't post it in Facebook, but message us your address if one of us doesn't know it for sure.
Right. I think it'll be good. Awesome. And then last, we want to mention that just in case there are some of you who may want Sister Friend Let's Talk About to just stop by your area, let us know, because we are getting on the road, even though the winter is coming. So catch us before it gets too bad.
Yeah, right. Because we don't do the bad weather.
Right.
Oh, and
Oh,
before we go off, we also just wanted to remind you that it's holiday season, and this is a time where
yes.
suicide and depression are very high for
Yeah.
people who don't really have family or feel alone. So check
Mhm.
on your friends, check on your family, make sure people are all right. And if you know somebody who's single and lives alone, invite them to dinner, invite them to hang out.
That's true. Yeah. And don't forget about our seniors too. Yeah.
Yes, especially our seniors. Make sure they got the warm clothes, warm boots. They covering up like they need to.
Yeah.
Go to the store for them. Look, my aunt is 84 years old. Sometimes we have to stop her from going to the store because it's just so routine for them,
Yeah.
but we want them to be safe, and we
That's
want
right.
them to
That's
stay
right.
warm.
Yes. And for January, we won't be on for New Year's Day, but we will keep you abreast of what day we will be on. Because I think the first is on a Monday. Do I have
It
that
is.
wrong?
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
it's fine. No.
Just
That's New
checking.
Year's. That's New Year's Day. Is
Okay.
on Monday.
Right. So yeah.
So that following Monday, the
Yes.
first, which would be the first Monday, we might be on.
All
So
right.
we might be on. We'll let you know.
We'll let you know. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Wanda, you could take it away.
Well, we want to make sure that, because we enjoy these fire starters. So if you have some comments or some fire starters that you want us to talk about, please feel free to put them in the chat. Like we always say, the conversation doesn't have to end just because we're going off alive. You can continue the conversation with each other and with us in the chat room. So, we want you to stay prayerful, especially during the season. Be safe while you're enjoying each other. Remember that Christmas is about giving from the heart. It's not about the gift. It's about the gift, who is Jesus Christ. He is the reason for the season. So, sister friend, until the next time, can we talk?
Sister friend, let's talk about it.
Good night,
Good night.
everybody. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa, whatever, Hanukkah, whatever it is you celebrate.
The Lord said
Happy
the same. We'll see you in the new year. God bless.
One another, talking about issues that we're all facing, good, bad, indifferent. Let's talk about it from one sister to another. Let's talk about